Alright, so this is my game 2 match against Lambo. So my sanity was, coming back in this game. So let's just dive into it. So turn 1, I lead with Starmie as my opponent leads with Swampert. I go for Skarmory as he's going to go for the Earthquake. He's going to switch out, which told me that he might have been a banded Pert. I get Spikes up as he's going to go for Sleep Powder and whatever he wants. I go for Starmie on the Sleep Powder. So I switch out because I'm just like, okay, I'm going to go Weavile now as he goes for the T-Spike. So I have a Nidoqueen on my team, so I could just, kind of break through that. I Ice Punch him and kill him, which means he wasn't even sashed. He goes Tar right now, which means he could Pursuit me. He could go for whatever he wants. He could get up Rocks if he wants to. He does Pursuit me, and he is banded from that damage. So I can go Skarmory right now and get up Spikes. So I get up Spikes. He gets up Rocks, which meant that he actually wasn't banded. He might have been some kind of defensive set, or just like Cut Sap. So I get Spikes up. So I get 3 layers now, which is perfect. I can go Starmie right now, as again, I don't have to fear anything with the T-Spikes or anything, because again, I have Natural Cure. I can just, surf him if I want to and force him out. He goes Starmie, he goes Rotom as I go for the Surf, so Surf's going to do a good chunk to that Rotom. And Rotom is not taking lefties, which means that he's probably Choice Scarf or something. So I go Nidoqueen as I can absorb the T-Spike. He goes for the Thunderbolt, doing jack to me as I am a Nidoqueen. And Nidoqueen is actually, okay, Nidoqueen in general, or Nidoqueen and Clefable, are actually starting to rise up on a lot of defensive teams, as again, pair with T-Spikes, and also a Calm Mind Clef. This Mon is very, very dangerous for defensive teams, as again, T-Spikes are just going to be very, very good, and it's also a really good check to Rotom too. All forms of Rotom, it could actually deal with pretty effectively. But yeah, the T-Spike is going to help me because it's going to be able to poison that Pert, and also his Rose is gone, which means he doesn't have a T-Spike absorber. So overall, this is very, very good for me, as my Nidoqueen is just going to be able to pressure things. And I can go Skarmory now and start phasing. So he goes for Waterfall. It does a good chunk to me, as he is, again, a banded Pert. So Waterfall is going to do a lot. And he does get the flinch because this man is lucky, like you guys have seen in the first game. So he does get the flinch and he does kill me with the crit. So perfect. So now what I can do is go into Starmie and I can, force him out. Actually, I could recover here as I could take the Waterfall, as I am more of a defensive Starmie. So I could spin here, as he's going to go Rotom instead. So I recover here. And now I can go back into the Nidoqueen and still pressure him if need be. Actually, I'm kidding. I have a Blissey, so I can take a burn if he goes for it, or a pump. So he does go for the pump. And now what I can do is just, toss or whatever, or just or go for T-Wave if I really want to. I get up Rocks instead. So now his team is messed up. His team is just gone. It's just gone. That team just died. He goes for that. I go for T-Wave, so that's fine with me. He could go for Taunt or whatever he wants to, or Magma Storm if he had it, but he didn't actually have that. So he goes for the Protect, and I'm just like, okay, that's not really going to matter. I go for the Toss. It, doesn't break through because, he's got protection. But I can still go for the Toss. He's going to go for the Lava Plume, but it's not going to help him. Go for the Toss. There we go. We break the sub. And he's pretty much forced to keep subbing here, or he could even Protect her or whatever he wants to. He's going to go for the Lava Plume because he really wants that burn for some reason, like it matters. I'm going to just keep tossing him down. Just going to keep on hitting that Toss button. And I'm also going to try and recover as well. So he's going to go for it again as I actually recover on this turn. As he does get the burn because he's lucky. Actually, no, I T-Wave because I don't care whatever he does. I can just recover here now with my Soft Bolt, as I can still take the Lava Plume anyways. It only does like 15%. He can go Gliscor right now, but I really, really do not care about this Gliscor being in here because I have a Starmie in this defensive and it could just mess up everything. So I'm literally in the best position possible. So I go me now. As you can Quake, but Quake only does like 47%, but I can still recover anyway. So I'm going to recover right now, as he's going to go back into Rotom. I might have Surfed though. Oh no, I did recover. So I did recover there. And now what I do is, I believe I go back into Nidoqueen. No, I went back into Blissey. So I went back into Blissey there, as he can just T-Bolt me, not doing jack, and I can just still recover right here. And he's only forced to go for Thunderbolt because, he's going to die anyway from hazards. So I'm just going to Soft Bolt and just keep my Blissey healthy. And Sand as well. He's going to die to Sand. So, yeah, he's just going to keep going for it because he doesn't need Rotom at this point. And I'm just going to Soft Bolt him down. And that is going to be a dead Rotom. So perfect. So now you can go into Gliscor, as like I said. Weavile is going to clean this man up. He goes for the SD, but I have Surf, and Surf is pretty strong on you, as it seems to be that this Gliscor is more of an offensive set. So Surf will body that, just destroys it. So now actually Starmie technically wins, because again, all these hazards and all that jazz, he's just going to get worn down. And Surf is not going to kill the Tar because that Tar is very, very bulky. But I have a Cobra and I live. So Starmie is eating, and that is the game. He can, he has the Cut Step, of course, so he's going to still break through anyway. So he's going to kill off my Starmie. But I could finish the game with Nidoqueen or even Weavile if I wanted to, but I chose to go with Weavile because Weavile is just the GOAT. So he's gonna get worn down a lot, like a ton, and I go Clef instead. As he goes Heatran for some reason, but it doesn't really matter because he's just gonna die now to poison after hazards. So yeah, that's the game, and I win. So yeah, this was a overwhelming victory. This was what I wanted. This was genuinely what I wanted. So I was happy with this game. I was very happy. Everything did what it needed to do. I really didn't want to use the semi-stall team. I really wasn't feeling the semi-stall team, but it really just put in work. Like it was good. It was good. This is like one of the first teams that I actually built for DPP. I just genuinely felt like it was a good team. Again, like everything kind of just fit nicely, and it's interesting, you know. It's interesting how well it fits. But yeah, Scar and Bliss is always something to fear in this meta because they're just very good defensively. But yeah, he was not going to break through this team at all. He was not. He was trying with the Gliscor, but he was not going to break through, even if he wanted to. And Weavile was just going to mess up everything too, because Weavile just destroyed everything pretty much once it was all weakened. So literally, I could have clicked low kick and I still would have won. But I wasn't actually sure about the roll on that pert, so that's why I didn't make the play I did. But yeah, that's gonna be game 2, where this game was not as annoying as game 1. So yeah, I had to take this one. So yeah, now we dive into game 3. In game 3, it's gonna be a long one, folks. It's gonna be a long one. So give me a second.